No one? Ariana, can you answer my question?
Someone answer me?
Ariana? Hello? That's fine. So let's go to the next part. Remember, to become a good communicator, one must consider that you need to actively listen to people. Tip number one to become a good communicator is to be a good listener. You can talk all you want, really, but without understanding, without active listening, it would still be for nothing. And remember, active listening is the key to understanding. So listening is a vital skill. Remember, wherever you are, whatever workplace that you are into as of this time, listening is everything. It is a key to understanding information. It is the key to it's a key that, or some of a talent that not many people have. Listening skills help you formulate new ideas. Integrating those ideas that you've heard into your own, you understand the information that is being relayed or being told you about. Now, one thing is that most of all, understand the need of other people. So when you listen, you understand. When you listen, you formulate ideas. When you listen, you make ideas happen. And listening also helps in reducing conflict and makes you an effective communicator. So always remember, guys, active listening is everything. You can hear, but not listen. All right? Cool? No one is answering.
Yes, it's.
Oh, hey, Gabriel, how are you?
Hello, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Well, it's, fine, actually. Really happy to be part of this masterclass.
Okay. So first of all, I think I should ask you a question because you're the only one who responded to me this time. So
Okay.
how do you think, or how important is active listening or being a good listener to your workplace?
Well, I think that I agree 100% because it's the same with personal relationships. You know what I mean? When you try to communicate to others, first you need to listen them instead of just talking and that. You know? I mean, so yes, I believe it's a very important part, if not the most important part of communication. Yes.
That's right. Remember, when it comes to communication, listening gets the most part. Talking gets the lesser part, and more so is writing. So let's go down. Now, second tip to become an effective communicator is to maintain eye contact. All right. So why do we have to maintain eye contact this time? Remember, it is also very important in my field, which is psychology, as to where you need to observe people. You need to observe the movements. You need to observe every small movement or every facial expression of that person. That is one thing. In order for you to know what kind of person that is, you have to maintain eye contact. Is he confident enough? Is he good enough? If you're interviewing applicants, if you're not going to maintain eye contact, so is with the applicants to the interviewer. What's the point? Yes? So you will never know if that person is capable or not, if that person is confident or not. Now, remember, some people go, let their eyes down. It is because they're shy. Oh, that's really good. That being shy is good. But then again, you have to be confident when it comes to dealing with people in your workplace. As a boss, or who's in the management level here? Who are managers here? Please raise your hand. No managers here? No managers, really? Okay, all right. So if you are a manager, if you're holding a management position rather, it is important that you need to maintain eye contact with your employees to, number one, show your confidence. Number two, that is for you to observe their behavior. Number three, that is also for you, a way for you to observe what kind of people they are. Personality, work ethic, it is very, very important that you should exude confidence in everything. Number one, maintaining eye contact is that you bond with others. You bond with other people. That's one thing. It is important. Remember, when it comes to corporate environment, connections are everything. So in as much as possible, take advantage of that bond by maintaining eye contact with people. It is important. Connections. In a corporate world, connections matter. Okay, next, number 2, it displays how honest you are. If you can't look others in the eye, then there must be a problem with you. It's not just you being shy or cute, but no, it helps you, it shows being honest. Honesty is everything. You know, in a corporate world, you have to be as honest as possible, even if it hurts others. Honesty is everything. Because remember, if you tell the truth at the first part, at the beginning, everything can be solved. Never wait for the last part where you can be honest. Okay? Number 3, increase your resistance to persuasion. Remember, there are salespeople out there. There are people out there in your corporate office who have a silver tongue or really, really good in talking. Now, if you lower your eyes down, then you will be susceptible to persuasion. One thing that you should consider is that looking at a person in the eye would help you observe his behavior, would help you read or predict what his next movements are. So eye contact is necessary. You will also know the small movements that he will make. So that is very important. Resistance to persuasion. Remember, you will encounter a lot of people who can talk a lot, talk real good, and so good that you would be persuaded in just one snap. So the thing right there is maintain eye contact. When you make deals, observe people. When you talk to your possible business partners, maintain eye contact all the time. Okay. Number 4 is to improve understanding between people. Let's say, for example, you have your girlfriend or boyfriend or something. So you always have to look that person in the eye. Yes. So for you to be able to understand that behavior of a person, you have to maintain eye contact with them. To find out if someone's lying, then you have to maintain eye contact with that person. And it also builds respect. In some cultures, looking person straight to the eye is not good. It is considered too bold for some cases, but in a corporate setting, in a corporate environment, maintaining eye contact with people builds respect. So it is imperative that we need to maintain such a thing. Don't be shy to make eye contact with people, even with your boss. Okay? So, anyone had questions on this part? Anyone? No one? Miguel, can you hear me? Miguel, are you there? Oh, okay. All right, so let's continue. Next important thing when it comes to communicating at your workplace is to look for non-verbal cues. Why? Remember, in order for you to make sure that you are what kind of person you're dealing with, you have to observe people. Remember, corporate world is a cruel world. It's a ruthless world. So in order for you as well to make sure and establish good connections, you have to look for the nonverbal cues of those people. Oh, is this person good enough for me? Oh, is this person able to work with me? Or is this person able to work under high pressure? Can he? That's it. When you go to a meeting, you will see people who are lacking eye contact, distracted and fidgeting. It means only one thing. Are you impatient? Are you bored? Do you still want this meeting? So remember, sighing or yawning is a sign of mental stress. You have to observe the nonverbal clues. And if you see a lot of people who's doing just that, you can wrap up the conversation, postpone, or ask if something is wrong. Why? Number 1, you will get to understand where the people is coming from. So you have to be understanding of these people. What's the problem? Can you focus on the meeting? Can you do this? Can you do that? No. If you can't, all right, let's postpone it. Let's do it some other time when you're not stressed. Remember, nonverbal cues, observing people, looking people in the eye would really mean a lot for everyone. It is up for you as well on how you can read people. Reading people is necessary when it comes to communication. Not only with a voice, not only with a chat, not only with the email or video, but you have to communicate well through nonverbal cues. You have to be keen on reading every movement. All right? Are we good with that? Selecting the right people for your organization means you have to do all of these. And it's also a good way for you to know where to place yourself in a conversation or in a meeting. Now let's go to the next. Anyone else who had their input? Edgar, do you have your input or what? I have heard you say something a while ago. Hello? No one?
Oh, please repeat the question for me, please.
Active listening, right? So,
Okay.
why is it important that we need to look for nonverbal cues, movements of people? Why? Can you please explain?
Okay, the look for non-verbal cues is very important for now the behavior with my um, with um, with my partner or with my job. I don't know, but it's important for understanding the situation or the context, or or identify mental fatigue, etc. No, that's it.
All right, thank you. So, anyone else who wants to share their input? No one? Really? Okay, let's continue. We have to tailor your conversation. So, let's try to think of it this way. Imagine yourself that you're very knowledgeable in your craft and you begin talking about the technicalities to the point where nobody understands what you're talking about except you. So, has anyone had that kind of awkward situation in the office? No? No one? Remember, not everyone knows what you know. So, you have to dumb it down. So, what do you mean by this, Joanna? Well, there are some things that people may not know or may not understand. And if they know, it's only the overview. But that doesn't mean they're as good as you. So you have to adapt to the level of thinking when it comes to their level of thinking when it comes to communication. Adapt. Not everyone is as smart as you are. Not everyone is as talented as you are. If you understand something that they don't, please make them understand your point. It's nice if you can talk about so many words over there and so many technicalities. You have good vocabulary, but what if people don't understand what you're talking about? What's the point in communicating? Lower your standards to the ground if necessary. Okay? Simplify your conversation to the point that everybody will understand you and you will come to a common understanding. Gabriel, do you have any input? Gabriel? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. So why do you think tailoring your conversation is important?
Mm, well, I think yes, it has no, it is very important because as you said, no, it helps you. For example, we are not. I mean, okay, I'm gonna put an example. I am also a musician besides my job, which is
Oh, nice.
okay. So of course, I listen to many types of music, of many from classical music to rock, etc. No? So when I talk to a friend that maybe he's not um, a musician, of course, but I try to explain him in simple words about music concepts, so I can make him understand me, because it's not the same when I'm talking to another friend that it's also a musician, of course, no. So it's pretty much the same example, I think, to make us explain in simpler words to others, no? Of course, in what you were explaining, it's pretty much something similar, no? In our work or that, yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for that. Yes, you're on point. Next is be confident. Why is confidence necessary when it comes to dealing with people? All right. So when we talk about confidence, it's not to the point that you are going to fall as arrogant. No, that's not it. Confidence is not arrogance. There's a big difference to that. It means that you have to tell people through your actions and through your words that you know exactly what you are doing. Okay? Not speaking in a confident or shaky voice gives your colleagues the impression that you don't know what you're talking about or you can't be trusted. So when you're talking to your business associates, you would say, I don't know. So what do you think? For example, I'm listening to you. What would be my impression? Do you know what you're doing? Do you know what you're selling? You don't know anything. So what's the point of me partnering up with you or spending time with you if you don't know what you're talking about? Remember, confidence, not arrogance. So let me ask someone over here. Long John, are you around? Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, nice to hear from you. Okay, so why is being confident important when it comes to communicating with your colleagues in the workplace?
Well, because if you are confident, you can show the more, uh, for example, that you are talking about is true, you know, in the contrast of something that is, for example, a show a little of a show scare about when they are talking, so people could think that okay, it's true or false that what they are talking talking about, no.
All right.
So for example, it depends, for example, in a job, no, for example, you are a salesman, it's necessary that be confident and what are you talking about, but obviously is depending also of the personality of the people, no, maybe uh, there are some people that are shy but is talking the truth, but all the public can think in different way, no, it could be just true or false.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So remember, less is more. Talking simply and politely. Talking in a simple language is a way to be understood. Remember, speaking in highfalutin, like very technical words, gives you a negative impression of being arrogant or phony or you're not honest about it. Not speaking in a simple language makes people think that you are having word salads, speaking a lot of things that nobody can understand. Speak common language, be polite, and everyone can relate to it, even the CEOs. So less is always more. Talking in a simple language always makes the difference in everyone. Okay, so let's ask wait, it's Angela? No, it's not Angela. Anyone who wants to give their input? Stacy. Hello? Oh, they're quiet. That's fine. Now, let's go to the next. We have to stop judging people. Remember, it is very normal for us to judge a person depending on how they look. When you judge people, remember, it's not what it appears. You always have to make sure to get the person or to know that person first before you jump into judgment. It's never underestimating. It is imperative or very important that you need to assess the situation. Never ever describe or rush to describe someone negatively without any reason. So being judgmental, hypercritical of others, gets you into conflict. So be careful, take your time, know the person well. Patience is the key, people. Okay? If you saw that person who is really not that significant because of the way he dresses, never judge that person. You never know where he or she is coming from. So it's imperative that you have to know that person and what he has to offer with you. Okay, so let's go to the next. We have open to constructive criticism. So being open to this criticism makes you open to possibilities and new ideas. Also, seeing yourself or work in the perspective of others, it is a way to improve. You have to grab their idea, modify, and make it perfect. Okay? So anyone who had a question? Long John, are you there? Hey.
Hello.
Hello. Okay. Hi.
Talking
All right.
about criticism, and
Yeah.
just this is very important for being sociable and to understand each other. No, I think the judge when you judge someone, I think you have to first judge yourself. No, instead of criticize the others, because you don't know what is the problem inside of each person. No? But there are some solutions, I think. No, when you criticize someone, if you are the boss, you have to talk to that person first of all. No, directly to the person. What's the problem? What's the matter? Well, maybe you have family problems. Tell me. No, so the boss or the CEO has to be free and in confidence talk to what is the problem. No, and talking about be open to constructive criticism, I think we have to receive other ideas because our mind is limited, so we have to receive new people construction of personalities, opinions, new creation, new aspects, and new scopes of living, or new scopes of building any objective, any target. So I think we have to learn from everybody. That's the idea.
All right, great. I love that input. Thank you. Now we have here assert yourself. What's the difference between being assertive or being combative? When we say combative, you're looking for trouble here. But when you assert yourself, you also have to be sensitive and observe others people's thoughts and feelings. It's also important to understand where they are coming from, but don't let those traits make you weak. Don't make yourself a pushover. Recognize, then let them know about your thoughts too. Communication is a two-way street. In any kind of relationship, communication goes both ways. All right, so anyone had a question about this? Gabriel, Edgar, my participants are only 3. Louise, Louise, can you hear me? No? All
yes,
right.
I can hear you, yes.
Okay, perfect. So, asserting yourself. Tell me, what can you say about this one?
I think we have to think what are the other people feeling, no? Yes, we have to, how do you say that? Be sensitive. That's the word. Be sensitive with the others, no?
Yes.
Because we are human beings. Yes, it's also important to understand where they are coming from. Yeah, and don't let those traits make you weak. Recognize it, then let them know about your thoughts too. Communication goes both ways. I think we have to talk and organize our ideas, our thoughts before speaking. No, and also, as you said before, we have to listen first. Listen a lot, and then you can have a conclusion. So we can help the other person. No.
All right.
I said.
Okay, thank you. So let's go down. We have the do's and the don'ts of communication. Number 1, never interrupt people when they're talking. It hampers their thought process. You're kind of stopping their thoughts, and it's rude. So make it a conversation. Make it fun. Don't be a monologue. Don't be boring. Where there are differences, rather, agree to disagree. You say positive scripting. It means that you don't want to be rude, but then again, you offer a window of opportunity for improvement. So, positive, make it criticize people in a positive way. You have to just say, no, that's not right. But instead, how about this? What if we do it this way? So, it is you offering to be considerate and making them work together for good. We have here, don't overcomplicate your message. Use fewer abbreviations or technical terms, right? So simplify your conversation, as they are barriers to effective communication. The people would just say, yes, yes, I understand, but not really. Just they don't want to offend you. So avoid also using too many filler words like and many others. So don't be defensive or offensive. Stay neutral all the time to avoid conflicts. Don't bring up inappropriate topics which may be controversial and offensive. However, this doesn't mean that one should stick to usual topics or sanitized topics. Remember, you can definitely control your conversation. You will know how to control how you communicate with others. But then again, that does not mean you have to be boring. It's up to you on how you tailor your conversation with others. So I think I will ask someone over here. Let's see. Long, maybe you have an input. Don't be defensive or offensive. Hello?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yes. So please, what do you or how do you understand don't be defensive or offensive? This part right here.
Yeah, for example, there are topics, for example, talk about politics, religion, soccer. No, it's very it's a controversial topic to talk. So, for example, here in Peru, no, there are politics, um, but different point of view. It's hard to be in the same way of the other people. Many of them have a closed mind, no. In so, for example, I prefer to talk, but when the other people start to argue or be, for example, be some type of route, I prefer to stop that conversation. Maybe change other topic. No, I prefer that. So it's true. No, I prefer don't be disrespectful, and try to understand how they see in that way, but no. No in a rude way, no?
All
Something
right.
like that.
Okay, thank you. I know I would appreciate everyone who is going to share their ideas with us. Next part is never criticize someone in public. It is a huge blow to someone's pride and self esteem. Encourage people. Use positive phrasing. Right. So remember, refine your conversation, not for you to sound rude. And don't also sugarcoat people. It is a matter of you using or encouraging people and being effective. Okay? So remember, guys, don't talk or shout too fast. Modulate your voice and slow down. And no cell phones allowed. All right, so I think this concludes our conversation. And where have you seen Sinead? Sinead, are you there? All right. Oh, Alexandra, you have a question?
Hello, yes. Good night. I have a question about um, what you said about it's not recommendable to use filler words.
Yes.
Why is not recommendable?
look at this. For example, I asked you a question, you would say, so you can just do it like that. So it's gonna be like, so what are you doing? Are you chanting? It's like you don't know. You're unsure of what you're talking about. So as a manager, I would say, are you sure? Do you know what you're doing? Remember, it's a matter of you trying to do your best to minimize such filler words. Okay? So learn to be silent, digest, think for 10 seconds, and then speak. Okay? All right. So any questions, Alexandra?
Thank you. No, yes, I have another question in a home office context. Why or what advices can you give us to improve our communications with our coworkers?
All right. So to communicate with your coworkers in a home office, remember you do video calls all the time. Yes? So in order for you to achieve good communication skills, it is always important that you also need to immerse yourself on the language of your craft. It means the language of your work, the terminologies and all, because you guys understand each other because you work for the same department. It's a matter of you being confident. It is a matter of you delivering it the proper way. Scripting, positive scripting is necessary. All right, any questions so far? Alexandra, any questions?
No,
Scripting,
that's all.
positive
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, I'm going to hand this mic over to Sunid. Please take care of them, okay? Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Oh, muchas gracias, Joana, por este espacio. Entonces, bueno, chicos, de hecho ha sido, creo que un masterclass muy productivo para todos. Hemos aprendido un poquito de todo, ¿no? Temas muy interesantes con respecto a cómo por allí, como gerentes o como líderes, quien tiene gente a cargo, o inclusive pues las personas que trabajan por allí hablando en el idioma inglés, ¿no? La importancia y algunos tips para que podamos aplicarlos en nuestros equipos de trabajo. De verdad que para mí ha sido espectacular. Entonces, recordarles, bien chicos, que en primer lugar va a ser sorteada 3 asesorías totalmente personalizadas, porque solo va a ser para ustedes quien gane el sorteo, con bien la coach, la entrenadora Joana Marie, a aquellos que hayan dejado sus datos en el formulario, bien, que es muy práctico, o sea, solo es nombre, correo y teléfono, nada más. Adicional a ello, se les va a entregar también, dejando sus datos, el material en PDF, de acuerdo con, digamos, a lujo de detalle, lo que se ha llevado a cabo el día de hoy, y un material complementario aparte con tips adicionales para la comunicación entre coworkers, por ejemplo, como dijo Alexandra. Bien, no sé si tienen alguna pregunta, consulta, porque en realidad nosotros encantados. Esta masterclass, tratamos de hacer masterclass nosotros como AFI School, en respaldo con la National Geographic Learning de Estados Unidos, Boston. Tratamos de hacer masterclass con regularidad, ¿bien? Para poder, en realidad, aportar valor a los profesionales, como entrenamientos por ejemplo, entrevistas laborales, exceso de comunicación, cómo aprobar y pasar exámenes de certificaciones internacionales. Bien, es algo en lo que nosotros buscamos siempre aportar en temas específicamente para profesionales. ¿De acuerdo? Así que, bueno, encantados. Muchas gracias también por su puntualidad, su asistencia. Como les digo, sí se ha colocado un enlace acá en la parte inferior. Acá lo voy a reenviar para que les quede. Ay, sí, me da pena, siguen llegando personas, pero ya estamos finalizando el masterclass. De todos modos, comentarles ya de manera plus, no sé, si es que alguien pues tiene ese interés, ¿no? De seguir desarrollando sus skills conversacionales. Tenemos también beneficios exclusivos, ¿no? A nivel conversacional y unas campañas también con lo que son certificaciones internacionales, ¿ok? Nada, eso básicamente. Listo, chicos. Acá vamos a nosotros enviarles. Esos son los 3 pasos: nombre, correo, número telefónico, y les vamos a enviar la información y material. Si tienen alguna pregunta, bienvenida, ¿ok? De lo contrario, muchísimas gracias. Eso sería todo. Qué pena por ahí Eli, Pantoja, Aguilar y Carmen, que ingresaron recién. Ya hemos finalizado.
Una consulta.
Gabriel, sí,
Sí,
claro que
sí,
sí,
claro.
coméntame.
Sí, sí, mencionaste también que hacen también, creo, preparación, algo para certificaciones del
Sí,
inglés.
correcto. Nosotros tenemos la alianza con TOEFL, Cambridge y con IELTS. Entonces, a través de nosotros también pueden certificarse internacionalmente. Actualmente, por el convenio que tenemos, estamos en una campaña solo por 10 días, en el cual estamos nosotros asumiendo, subsidiando el 50% del valor de esos exámenes de certificación internacional. Entonces, para los que ya saben el inglés, por ejemplo, ¿no? Y quieren obtener una certificación específica, pues ahí está.
Interesante. O sea, ¿hacen también la parte de la preparación o
Sí, claro, la preparación son con coach one-to-one, ¿no? En sí, el programa como tal está dirigido a profesionales, exclusivamente para profesionales. Esos son servicios normalmente muy personalizados y muy uno a uno.
Ah, ok. Ajá. Ah, ya, perfecto.
Sí.
Bien,
De
gracias.
todas maneras, Gabriel, si has llenado el formulario, yo tomo nota también de tu nombre para que un asesor te envíe la información específicamente de preparación o de certificación internacional. ¿Ok?
Ya, está bien, buenísimo, gracias.
Ya, encantada, Gabriel. Gracias a ti por preguntar. Muy bien, si alguien más tiene alguna otra consulta, como les digo, encantada. Lo contrario, eso sería todo, chicos. Bien. Listo. Muchas gracias a todos. Que tengan una feliz noche y estaremos contactándonos más adelante.
Gracias, hasta luego.
Gracias. Feliz noche a todos. Muchas gracias por su asistencia. Buenas noches.